Welcome to Let's Talk About It. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Haitian temporary status of, being declined. And then some places, some states are, I would say, they are extending it. Like New York, it has extended. I don't know if any other state yes. I think Miami's starting to extend it. Also, I should say Florida. But this is pretty messed up, that you would have uh, a people coming from a small country like Haiti who has been oppressed by the U.S., who has, been embargoed by the U.S. Also, you have France, you have Canada also in this situation. And they have oppressed that country, oppressed the people. Yes, the country is upside down with this dictatorship, but who put it there? You know, who put these dictators there? Finally, we got the right to elect a democratic elected president, and they were ousted by the president of the United States, believed to be Bush. And then they had these puppet guys in there, and then they pretty much oppress the people. But at the same time, you also have the president that was just assassinated about 2 3 years ago, and most of the people that planned it was from the United States and from these islands. And now these people are in a country where you have gang violence everywhere because there's just so much lack of resources going around, and the gangs are there really not. They don't want to allow the country to be taken over by the oligarchy that's there, but at the same time they're doing damage to the people. So now you have a messed up government. You have gangs related violence. You had the earthquake where a lot of the money was stolen by the Clinton Foundation, that which was given by the world. And if you talk to anybody that's from that place, like only only I think they what a few houses, 10, 20 houses maybe was built from that money, and the rest of it just disappeared, and there's been no investigation, no anything. And the Clinton Foundation actually stole that. Now you take all of that and you put it together, even though this is what I'm talking about is very brief, the people are so oppressed there. Now, these people come here under protection service in the United States. They're not illegals. That's totally different than people crossing the border illegally. They came here legally under protective service, you know. And yes, it's temporary, but you can't send people back into a war zone like that without the country or having the country be in a better place. Are you sending back the Ukraine? Because to be honest with you, Ukraine was big enough for them not, there's places in Europe they could have gone, or places they could have gone that didn't have to come here. But are they going to send them back? They could send them back, right? I mean, they could send some of these Israelis that's flying over here because of the war over there, right? I mean, we didn't need no South African or Afrikaners or so-called South African of the non-melanin descent to come to here to the United States for what? Maybe we could send them back. There's no war going on in South Africa. You know, there's so many non-melanins walking around here illegally, but nobody's gonna stop them. At the same time, at the same time, this is definitely a very, very unfair and the big R treatment. And you see, there's also a lot of protests of this because, to be honest with you, from what I know and what I've read online, is the Haitian community has helped so many communities to uplift itself. Like there was something in an article, and I believe it's in Cleveland. Oh, I don't remember the town particularly, but they talked about in the city council that since they've been there, the community has risen. Why? Because they've built the houses that they lived in. They've upkeep them. They've been great neighbors. They're very respectful. They've done things in a correct manner, you know. But still, this country has a way of not seeing melanated people as people. I mean, the illegals should go. To me, if they're illegals, you should make a process for them to come because you know that when you send them back, they try to come back in, you're going to make it impossible for them to come back here. Yes, the illegals, I could see why because they're illegal, but those people are legal, you know, and they try to hide behind the fact that criminality. But as you can see, they're not going after criminals. They're going after everyday working people. And this is going to have a very huge effect on the economy. We're not going to feel it yet, but once these people are gone, we're going to have a really, really deep effect in this economy. And guess who they're going to blame? They're not going to blame themselves. They're not going to blame the rich who put so much stress on the system. They're going to blame the middle class and the poor. They're going to blame the people. That's why you can't put people who have money in office because for them everything's about money. It's not about the people. It needs to be about the people. You need to put people of the people in positions to work these type of jobs. You cannot put people who all they see is money and color in these positions. MAGA is just another word for, honestly, for a group of people that only want to see their type of people around. Yeah, you have your sprinkle here and there of other melanated people, and at the end of the day, that's what it is, you know? But at the end of the day, this is going to have a big effect, not just for economy wise, but just worldwide. You're going to see other nations start to do similar things, right? At the same time, you are going to see where and who actually was the backbone of helping this country run. Because even though these people were here the way they were, whether legally, illegally, or temporary status, a lot of them worked and paid taxes. And when these tax money is gone from these communities, what are you gonna do then? Because America is they tax you like crazy. I'm sorry, they tax the poor more than they tax the rich. So what are we gonna do then? They never have an answer. It's always a reaction to a reaction and blame this group of people, a reaction to a reaction and blame this group of people. I remember one time walking into a BJ's or a Costco and this guy had this scanner and he was like, "Hey, instead of getting a cart, how about you just use this scanner and scan what you want, and when you go up to the counter, you just hand it to us, and then we'll get everything for you, and then it'll be quicker for you. You don't have to wait online. Everything will be taken for you, already pay for it, and it'll just bring it to your car." And I looked at him and I said, "No, I don't want it." He said, "Why? It makes shopping like 10 times faster." I said, "It might make it a little bit faster, but once they start scanning these things, you hand scan yourself. The people at the cashier, the people who put the things on the shelf, they're going to be out of a job. And when they are out of a job, and then we have all these people, no plan for them, and all these people needing jobs, what are you going to say then? That they're lazy, they're bums, they're this, they're that?" At the same time, then they're going to say that, we made the decisions, but to be honest with you, who's been making the decisions up on top? It's been the CEOs. Do you see so many CEOs that are melanated or brown on top that makes these decisions? These are the same people who make the decisions, and MAGA or other people can't see these are not illegals or immigrants that are making decisions for the country. The people who are making decisions for the country look just like you, and they make decisions that's not good for you. It's like this one president said. if I can make a regular, non-melanated person, poor person, feel like he is better than the richest and more popular melanated person, he will give me the last dollar in his pocket in order to run for the presidency. Because they're playing you guys. You guys are being played. And guess what? Checkmate. They played you. They ain't play us. Because yes, you might send these people back to their country, send them places where they need to be, but guess what? Those other countries need workers too. They're gonna work. They're gonna work. Who's gonna right now? You're gonna see maybe in a month or two things on your food shelf that wasn't there before. There's another thing I saw before I go, where it said it was Thanksgiving, and it said you had this family, this family praying, non-melanated family praying, saying, thanking, their Jesus for the food. And on the other side, it was an immigrant saying, "You welcome, you welcome." And don't forget, this is a Christian nation, right? Look in your Bible. It talks about how you should treat people who are immigrants. How you're supposed to treat them with kindness and treat and remember where you came from. Because the only people that have the right to this land are the melanated and Native Americans. That's it. Everyone else should be walking around with a green card. And everyone else is actually illegal. The Father didn't send you over here to dominate this land. You came on your own. And with that, I'll leave you. Have a blessed day.